In 2024 August, we bought a lot of bags of egusi, and in 2025 around May, we sold all of them. It took us about 4 weeks, and I'm going to be breaking down to you everything that happened during and after sales of our egusi in 2025. My name is Maria Habila, and I'm an agri entrepreneur. I make videos about agriculture, and I own an agri investment company that help people invest in agri business. So in this episode, we are going to be discussing egusi investment of this year stroke 2024. So egusi investment 2024 stroke 2025. Let's get into it. We bought egusi. There were different categories of bags, and as at the time that we're buying them, egusi had already gone up a bit.
So we are changing location now. We are going to the other place. We bought it in two different places,
bags, and then we stored them.
And we are going to
now
the
there are
second
two
shop
different
just
types
in front
of
of me.
egusi, and I think I made a video about it, and I had to store the egusi because we bought a lot in about 2 different storage facilities, which were all owned by trustworthy people. So as soon as we went in to sell on this particular day, we had to go back and forth because the bags that we bought were not the standard bag in the market. I'll explain. So there are 2 to 3 different types of bags in the market. There's Turi, and then there's Buhumaraba. So when it comes to Duri is like the biggest bag. So that one is like the most expensive at purchase and the most expensive at selling. And that is the standard measurement for how much a bag is going to be bought or sold every year. The second, which is okay, is dependent on how full and how good the quality of the egusi in the bag is. And the last, which is Buhumaraba, is actually a smaller bag and it costs less. And most times you would be sure that you kind of price that you sell it is going to be the lowest. And so we had the okay, which was like the medium bag, and it cost us a lot before we were able to sell it. It took us about 4 weeks before we could sell all of them, because after a while the quality and after time would happen to the egusi, like seasons and all that, so it shrinks. Some they become powdery, so people had to come and check. And the mistake we made in selling was that we didn't sell to one person. It would have been easier if we were selling to one person, or like a group of people would just tell them, okay, buy all of them at once at so price. If you are bargaining for egusi, one thing I learned again on this day of the market is, if you are buying or selling egusi, make sure that you allow the agent, just declare whatever price you want to sell it, and then let the agents and whoever is buying sort themselves out. Because I made a mistake of like, oh, this is how much I want to sell it, and then I kept going back and forth and back and forth, and I was advised, just say this is how much you want to be selling it, and allow those buying and selling to do the work. Did I tell you that every time we do this business is mostly cash? So I don't go to the market with cash, neither do I move around with cash. The agents would always get you the cash, and the cash is expensive, but most times you have to count and reconfirm the amount. Now, one of the major issues that we had, like I said, in this reselling or selling out after profit, was the numbers of egusi that we had. The bags were a lot, and so we were not able to sell them to one person. And so eventually there are now bags which were like the smaller ones. They're the last bags left, and you know how it is now. They've picked the best ones, so the last ones, it was very difficult for us to sell, but eventually we sold them. We bought each bag of egusi for about 168,000, including storage, packaging, movement, everything in between, and we sold at about 174,800, excluding profit, 10% of profit and all that. Now, would you say this is a good buy? Egusi for now is the only grain I've seen that has made profit. Pepper, soya beans, maize, beans, they are all doing horribly in the market. And right now I'm trying to draft out a strategy that would make all my community members make good profit. This is going to be the end of this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in other Join my agri community. Please send a message to the number in the description box or on your screen, and I'll see you guys.